Welcome back. Just a test here. There's an update to OBS, and I'm just fiddling with my mic. Hopefully this is recording me with a decent volume. Actually, it looks a little bit low. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure how I'm going to tweak that up. Because as far as OBS is concerned, the mic volume is set to max. I'll figure that out. We'll see how this goes when I play back. Anyhow, here we are in the project. There's a couple things that have been updated. Since the last time you saw this, I have enabled the global illumination, tweaked it around a little bit just to see. And the GI, if I'm probably wrong, I'll get it wrong here, contains voxel-based global illumination in Godot now, using the Vulkan-based rendering. I have no idea how well this is being captured for Discord, but anyhow, up in the corner I've got my performance monitor made by Jim over at Oxygon. I'm just gonna tuck that away, but that lets me keep track of how many objects and what not. You know, lets me have an idea of, what's in my scene. So I know if I've screwed something up, or if it suddenly bogs down, I've got something spawning too many things. Anyhow, handy tool. It'll live up there in the corner for us right now. What I have sort of got back in now is the ability to have the ships move using their internal navigation. Now I just have it 100% autopilot with some tweaking, so the yellow lines out of the ships point to the current or live waypoint. There's only one waypoint system right now, so all active ships will seek the same target, so that makes some nice collision calamity. There you go, collision calamity. I think I still have a collision on this camera. Yes, I do. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have started that in motion, but we'll see. Anyhow, I also have the ability to hop between the global look camera and ship-based cameras. And these are just cameras around some of the mount points on a couple of the ships, in case we want to hop to them right quick. This camera can't move around. It's fixed on the ship to whatever perspective it was built into that ship. So, we're going to do one more hop, I think. It may be there. Yeah, that's good. Let's go back to, there we go. What I also have done is, now that the ships are constantly trying to seek a waypoint, but they have no ability to control thrust yet. They can only steer, and they're doing that with their force-based motion. There's no turning or whatever done directly to the object. This is actually using forces around a quat-based navigation system that still prefers the y-axis is up. So I'm not get too technical into it, but there should be no gimbal locking. The ships will seek a target. They will turn to it smoothly based on top of everything else, PID-controlled thrust. And in this case, forces, sorry, is a better choice. So PID-controlled rotation forces make them turn and move as if they actually have the mass that the physics engine tells them. So if I apply a correct force for turning, it will have the effect on the ship based on the ship's size and mass. However, Godot calculates that in their new physics. I just give them ridiculous masses that should fit a ship and whatever. Anyhow, I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to hit a button here. So if I get a little bit of forward force, the two active ships are sharing the inputs right now. So I've been at this stage before in the 3.5 version, but I didn't have it as smooth as it is now. It's running very smoothly. So what I'm going to do is maybe hop to one of the ships here, and we're going to give them some force. You can't really see that ship moving from this view, so maybe maybe we'll go to the little ship. Not sure. Might be a good ship. Yeah, it just looks like the other ones moving closer to it, I can strafe, but we don't strafe too much. But they can strafe. I have control of those kind of motions. So what I'm going to do, before I keep babbling, I'm just going to tell them to move towards their waypoint. Now, the first one there triggers travel to the next waypoint. Let's just swap ships here. See, as the two of them are going, they're going to, the first one to this waypoint is going to tell all ships in the system to, we smashed into a station there, but let's move to the little guy. So he's traveling to a waypoint, but so is the big one behind him. So if we go to the developer cam or the free scene cam, we can see they're moving. But actually here what we're getting is a little more of that cinematic sort of look. I'm making the move at full speed, so this is going to be a bit weird. I'm going to fly all the way over there. Turn around and probably smack into each other a little bit. And one of them's coming up here, the little fella. They're coming up this way again. He's just so far ahead, that little guy. So nimble, he changes. Well, I don't know if you could see that the shadow that these guys are casting into the with the global particles in the fog. See if we can see. Oh, there's my spotlight on him. We can move this little camera just to put him into a different spot here. But yeah, we're in the shadow of that ship, so you watch when we go forward here. See a little bit of a halo and glow around it, but that's actually the particle lighting from that sun, or the light that represents that sun, and the volume-based lighting and global illumination. So a particle system spread throughout space somewhat evenly. Then there's mixed densities like the green glow around that ship. I don't know if I can cause any calamity here right now. I think I can make the ship slide a bit one way. Yeah, that might make a bit of calamity. No. The other ship is too far down to hit him. I don't know where the other guy went. Oh, he wiped out the other way, the big ship there. But their AI just seeks the best path based on the current motion. I don't have any avoidance or anything plugged in yet. So they don't know how to avoid, other than they will smash into each other and things and bounce off. And their collision volume very closely approximates the body shape. I can probably optimize it later, but it's not terribly optimized right now. See that little fellow there? He's just he's just triggering all the waypoints faster than the big one can get to him. Away we go. There might be a spot that I can put this in. Let me see here. See if I can lightly bump this up. Boop. And then go back here. Okay. So we're sort of outside of the area of motion. I don't know if those little ships are rendering for you. I'm going to use the mouse here, but they're right around here. They probably only look like specks of stardust according to the internet, because I'm sure it's compressing those out of existence right now. But they will come here pretty quick, and I'm hoping one of them wipes out. Hoping one of them wipes out and hits this ship. That would be really good. Oh, what odds? It's drifted too high. That's the one angle I can't affect on. That's the one angle I haven't given override. I can make them strafe a little bit one way or the other, beyond what they were programmed or what the AI steering is telling them to do. The navigation override, but I can't do the. I don't think I can do the pitching override. I don't know if that's. No, there's no pitching override on this one. No, there's just strafe. Yep. Yep. Oh, I'm sure this is getting boring. I'm gonna do one more pass. Get them start coming back around, and I'll see if I can get right close to some of this stuff here. Go. They should come right close here now. Coming up this way in the background. Goes. Yeah, and they miss it, just ironically that way. Anyhow, I'm sure this is pretty boring for most, but the lighting is there. See, we're in the shadow of the station here, but you could also be in the shadow of a large enough object like this ship. I don't know if we can see that shadow there, if it's actually rendering at all. Yeah, there's kind of the shadow. There's kind of the shadow here. Don't see it as much this way because we're in the light, but if we get to an it's just smaller, so it's not as striking. I don't know if you can see that dark line that's happening here. The shadows being cast through the entire volume. So that's particles in volumetric lighting for space. Yeah, boom. I can still knock him, but he's going to want to point. I can knock into them with the camera. They're just under AI pointing. They don't have the thrust code yet. Well, they'll just keep aiming themselves where they should be pointed automatically with the thrust settings that they have, but they will steer automatically right now. All I'm doing is telling them to go forward at a fixed maximum thrust. I think their current velocity for the big guy is, I think 40 is their cap. Both of them max out at 40 units. I guess that'd be 40 meters per tick. Yeah. Okay, you can tell that little one is quite a bit faster. Anyhow, I'm sure this was thoroughly boring for people that are not into this kind of stuff. And yeah, but it is an update. Not so much as visual. Not so much as a visual. Ooh, a little bit of shadowing error there. I'm gonna have to change my shadowing settings to see if I can get rid of that sawtooth. Probably just a resolution thing. Anyhow, that's the state of things right now. And as I continue to sew in the motion control, one of the things I have to sew into, of course, is the networking of that motion control. But yeah, anyhow, if you've watched it this far, you're definitely into this kind of thing. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.